last episode of the season. Let's do it up. What is 3 months earlier? What? Oh, hell yeah. Yes. We get to see Anne back in her world. Oh, look at her hair.
Choy, what you eating? A puke bun?
It's not a bun, Maggie. It's canoe bean, a traditional Thai snack made up of rice and coconut milk. My mom made it for me because it's my birthday.
Huh.
Welcome back to the Roundtable. I'm Oshrik Vox, and Amphibia has been on a roll. The newly premiered series that follows the adventures of Anne, who finds herself in the mystical world of Amphibia, will have its entire first season aired over the course of 5 weeks. The Summer of Amphibia. And while we think it'll be a while until Anne has a chance to go home, I mean, after all, for a premise like this, that sounds like a series finale. I actually believe we're going to see Anne return to Earth a lot sooner than you may expect. Like, season finale sooner. That's right. What if I told you the ending of Amphibia was in plain sight? Well, I guess for a first Amphibia theory, we might as well go for the gold. So today, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how Amphibia Season 1 may end. Well, I guess exactly and may aren't the greatest words put together in a sentence, but you know, we just like to roll the punches. And as always, spoiler warning if you want to go into the series blind, and in any scenario, my theories end up as reality. With all that said, let's dive in. Without a doubt, the biggest mystery in Amphibia thus far is, how did a music box transport Anne and her friends to this mystical world? And how will these 3 girls come back together? The first episode of the series has no problem hooking us on to the story, concluding on an intense cliffhanger, where we learn that Anne was not the only one to be transported to Amphibia, but one of her alleged best friends, Sasha, was also transported there as well, except she ended up in the rougher part of town, held captive in a castle. The big cheese of it all we know nothing about, but it looks like he walked straight out of a pond from Final Fantasy. This brief interaction between the mysterious frog and Sasha revealed that she lied about being the only human who stumbled into Amphibia, assumably to protect Anne and Marcy. Marcy's whereabouts at this point still unknown. Now, stepping out from the context of the show for a second, let's actually look at the creator Matt Braley's Twitter. After a separate crew member revealed that the entire season would air within 5 weeks, Braley himself clarified, "Yep, you will get to see the beginning, middle, and end of this journey in 5 weeks. Wait, end? Middle? That makes it sound like Anne's going to get home by the end of the season. But if that's the case, what the heck is season 2 going to be about? Well, allow me to explain why I believe Anne actually will go home by the end of the season. To give a little background in animation, shows like Amphibia were in production for quite a while, and said production wrapped up quite a while before we see it on TV. Meaning there's never really a guarantee of a second season. We know there's one on the way, but that renewal likely came way after season 1 finished. Once Disney had the confidence that this show would succeed, the crew probably wanted to make sure all bases were covered. That if they only did get 1 season, we wouldn't be left on a cliffhanger or have a premature ending like Samurai Jack, for example. Sure, it got a 5th and final season years after its initial run, but it originally ended on a whimper, Jack still being stuck in the future, with no indication he's going back to the past anytime soon. In the alternate timeline Amphibia only got 1 season, they didn't want to go out on that note, so they wrote season 1 as a self-contained story. The story of a girl who comes to this mystical world, separated from people who she thought were her real friends, and forming a relationship with the people who actually are her friends, returning home with a valuable lesson learned by the end of it. We already know the problem as to why Anne can't return home. The music box that transported her, Sasha, and Marcy there no longer functions, but more notably, the 3 gems on the music box lost their color after Anne's arrival. But why? Well, because now there's 3 teenage human girls in Amphibia. 3 gems, 3 girls, 3 humanoid beings on that stone prophecy at the end of the theme song. I don't know about you guys, but something tells me that connects. I believe as the story of Amphibia progresses, we'll see more and more into Anne's life back on Earth. and how she was actually treated by Sasha and Marcy, as we already have plenty of indication that they weren't good friends to her, that they pressured her into stealing the music box that brought them to Amphibia in the first place. These events of the past will coincide with events of the present, accumulating into a reunion with all three girls. After all, the season finale is a half-hour episode titled Reunion. And while we don't have enough details of the lore just yet, I think whatever force that will send them home will completely rely on the three girls working together, Sasha and Marcy being genuine to Anne for the first time in their life. And yeah, taking out that mysterious Final Fantasy frog. Actually, looking at it again, he looks more like a Metal Gear. And just because season 1 could conclude with Anne returning home, and that prophecy at the end of the theme song being fulfilled, 3 humanoid beings against a sinister frog, it doesn't mean the tales of Amphibia are going to come to an end. Something we already got to see throughout these first few episodes was Anne bringing her Earth culture to Sprig, Polly, and Hop Hop, wanting to make pizza or binging the show she watched back home. I think season 2 of the series will not only give Anne the chance to go to and from Amphibia, but they're going to kick the possibilities for storytelling up a notch. Maybe allowing Sprig, Hop Hop, and Polly to step foot on Earth, experience Earth culture and pizza firsthand. Or maybe I'm just crazy, and season 1 will conclude with Anne still in Amphibia, and still separated from Sasha and Marcy. As always though, this is just a theory. A film theory, yay, we did the Matt Pat reference, alright. As always, these are just my thoughts, and I want to hear yours. What do you think? Could Anne return home by the end of Amphibia's first season? Come on, it'd be the wildest thing no one's expecting. The show to change the status quo by the end of its first season. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, or tweet your thoughts at RoundTableVids. And for more of my own thoughts, you can find me at OstricVlogs. We're also on Instagram. Help Roundtable grow by either becoming a member of this channel or supporting us over at Patreon. Link in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please throw a like and subscribe to the Roundtable for more great cartoon content. Hit that bell for notifications so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. OstricVlogs, signing out.